Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your. Warriors suffer a tough loss to the Houston Rockets and also lose Jimmy Butler, who suffered a very serious injury. The Warriors did not play a good game, but it was clear that Jimmy Butler has an important role in the team. Unfortunately, Butler suffered an injury and will be re-evaluated tomorrow, but some NBA analysts are saying that Jimmy Butler is out of the playoffs. If this is confirmed, it will be an irreparable loss and the Warriors will have difficulty going further this season. Jimmy Butler's injury shakes the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors had to fight and strive to make the NBA playoffs. They could have secured a definitive spot in the playoffs in the last week of the season, but a shocking loss to the San Antonio Spurs and a loss to the Los Angeles Clippers on the last day of the season relegated them to the NBA play-in tournament. The knockdown, drag-out first-round series between the Golden State Warriors and Houston Rockets took its first casualty in the first half of Game 2 on Wednesday night. Jimmy Butler III was ruled out for the remainder of the game after taking a hard fall late in the first quarter. The Warriors said Butler suffered a pelvic contusion and will undergo further imaging Thursday after he landed on his tailbone when his legs were taken out from under him while attempting to grab a defensive rebound. The Rockets' Amen Thompson, who undercut Butler crashing the offensive glass, was assessed a foul on the play. Butler gingerly sank one of two shots from the free throw line before subbing out at the next stoppage of play. He was escorted back to the locker room by a member of the Warriors' training staff and didn't return. Jimmy Butler III, number 10 of the Golden State Warriors, and Amen Thompson, number 1 of the Houston Rockets, lay on the ground during the first quarter in Game 2 of the Western Conference first-round NBA playoffs at Toyota Center on April 23, 2025 in Houston, Texas. Note: TO user expressly acknowledges and agrees that, by downloading and/or using this photograph, user is consenting to the terms and conditions of the Getty Images license agreement. Photo by Kenneth Richmond/Getty Images. The Warriors were already operating at less than full strength with Brandon Podziemski battling a stomach bug. Podziemski attempted to play but was also determined to be questionable to return at the same time Butler was ruled out. Golden State was already in a hole when Butler fell to the floor and the gap only widened with their number 2 option in the locker room. The score was 24-16 when Butler departed with 1:51 left in the first quarter, and by the time he was ruled out midway through the second quarter, the Rockets were doubling up the Warriors, 40-20. Butler had 3 points and 2 rebounds in 8 minutes. He played 42 minutes, contributing 25 points, in the Warriors' 95-85 win in Sunday in Game 1. Jonathan Kuminga gets roasted amid Warriors teammates' surprise Game 2 performance. Jonathan Kuminga is back on the court. The Golden State Warriors already aren't the deepest team in the NBA, as they have been relying on their stars for a majority of the season on their way to the playoffs. That problem got even more glaring during Game 2 of the first round against the Houston Rockets when both Jimmy Butler and Brandon Podziemski left the game. Butler is out for the rest of the night after taking a scary fall and suffering a pelvic contusion. His status moving forward in the series is unclear. Podziemski was a late addition to the injury report on Wednesday with an illness and started the game before eventually checking out and heading back to the locker room. He is questionable to return. As a result, Steve Kerr has had to lean on some guys that he hasn't had to in recent weeks. Both Jonathan Kuminga and Pat Spencer are getting extended minutes in Houston as the Warriors try to take a 2-0 lead. Kuminga's presence is especially notable after Kerr benched him just before the playoffs, and this is his first game action in nearly 2 weeks. That rest is showing up in this game. Kuminga is just 3-for-8 from the floor with 8 points and a turnover. On the other hand, Spencer has come in and scored 9 quick points on 4-for-6 shooting despite never really playing consistent rotation minutes at any point this season. Warriors fans couldn't believe that Pat Spencer was outplaying Kuminga, and a lot of other Warriors, and they took to social media to express their feelings. Draymond Green makes Warriors history in Game 2 versus Rockets. Golden State Warriors star Draymond Green made franchise history against the Houston Rockets. The Golden State Warriors have built a successful NBA dynasty over the past decade, building around a trio of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, as the three have cemented themselves as some of the best players in franchise history and bona fide Hall of Famers. Of course, Steph Curry has been the star of the show as a two-time NBA MVP, but Draymond Green has flown under the radar as one of the most impactful champions in recent history. The trio has won 4 NBA titles together, but Green now has a new feat to hang over the others' heads. The Warriors are facing the Houston Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. After taking a 1-0 series lead with a road win on Sunday, the Warriors are looking to go up 2-0 before they even leave Houston. In Wednesday's Game 2, Draymond Green passed Klay Thompson for the most playoff appearances in Warriors history with 159. Green, 35, is on his 10th playoff appearance, all with the Warriors. Golden State took a chance on Green with the 35th pick in the 2012 draft, certainly not knowing that he would be the key to 4 championships. Now, Green has officially cemented himself as Golden State's postseason leader, and passing former teammate Klay Thompson to do so is certainly a great story. In their Game 1 win, Green dropped 4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block, but will always do the small things to impact the game. Their new trio of Curry, Green, and Jimmy Butler is certainly enough to compete for another championship, but getting past Houston is the first step. Video appears to clear Draymond Green of blame for Jimmy Butler's hard fall versus Rockets. Game 2 of the Golden State Warriors' first-round playoff series against the Houston Rockets was chippy from the start, with the Rockets looking to even the series on their home court. Physicality was the name of the game on Wednesday night, as the refs seemed content to let the players play for the most part. During one unfortunate play in the first quarter, Warriors' Jimmy Butler jumped up for a defensive rebound and was undercut by Rockets' Amen Thompson. Butler took a hard fall on the court and immediately went into the locker room. He was later ruled out for the rest of the game due to a pelvic contusion. Some on social media thought Butler's own teammate, Draymond Green, caused the accident, as the zoomed-out video seemed to show Green pushing Thompson into Butler. But, a closer slow-mo replay revealed that Green was simply trying to box out Thompson in the paint. Thompson appeared to get his feet tangled up in the sea of legs and ended up barreling forward and crashing into Butler inadvertently. From my POV, it didn't look like Draymond pushed Amen Thompson into Jimmy Butler, but it also looked like Amen was already falling before Jimmy was in the air. Warriors' Stephen Curry hits 4,000th playoff point in perfect style versus Rockets. Stephen Curry makes history. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors are entering Game 2 of their first-round matchup against the Houston Rockets with a chance to go up 2-0 in the series despite being on the road. And with the Warriors losing Jimmy Butler for the rest of the game with a pelvic contusion and Brandon Podziemski's status remaining up in the air, they will need a huge game from Curry to overcome the Rockets in Game 2. With Butler out, the defensive coverage that Curry will be seeing will be as close to suffocating as it can be. Regardless, it takes a lot to keep Curry completely quiet, and in the first quarter of the contest, the Warriors star crossed the 4,000-point mark in his playoff career, a testament to how long Curry has been a dominant force in the playoffs. Opposing teams know that Curry can never be given any sort of daylight from beyond the arc. In the first quarter, Moses Moody flattened Amen Thompson with a crushing screen, giving the Warriors star space to pull up from 3. Curry, of course, made the open triple, and with him needing just 3 more points to cross the 4,000-point mark in his playoff career, he wasted no time in accomplishing the feat. Uri accomplished the feat in 149 career playoff games. The Warriors star currently ranks 12th all-time in playoff points, and barring injury, he is a lock to surpass Tony Parker for 11th on the all-time leaderboard. Curry entered the night trailing Parker by just 48 points, which means that he should, at the very least, surpass Parker by Game 3 of their series against the Rockets. Nonetheless, with the Warriors needing a Herculean effort from Curry to win Game 2, there could be a chance that the 37-year-old star does it in Game 2.